Hey everyone, Josh here with Northface Construction, and today I'm going to talk to you about 3 things related to gutter guards on your home and property. Let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is types of gutter guards. The types of gutter guards, there's 3 main categories. The first of which can be illustrated on this demo is a mesh, a solid kind of cover, kind of a micro mesh style, and then a full-on cover. And if you're gonna bring up the foam ones that you can buy at Home Depot and stuff, here's my 2 cents. Save the money. Those things get clogged up with those leaves that degrade in the gutter, and they get super heavy and they actually clog your gutters. Avoid, don't buy. Let's talk about the 3 main categories. Number 1, you have your meshes. Right here, we have a pretty open mesh. This is the low-cost option. It's gonna keep big items, big things out, but it's not gonna stop pine needles. It's not gonna stop those whirly-birds that come down. Then you get into your micro meshes. Very thin. It's got different striations. Got all sorts of these. The first thing is I'll take this one right here, for example. So you can see there's multiple striations here, bends and folds, but then on top it has this mesh. And this is a micro mesh. This micro mesh is so fine. How easily do you think that that is gonna clog up with sap if you have trees that release sap? It's not gonna let some things through. There are things that can go down through your gutter that when water comes down, it's gonna wash it down. There's a certain point. This is too much. You're gonna see water flying off and they're just a waste. Another example is this. This is hardcore. The gutter professional that we work with, he told me that part of the sales pitch on these is that you can drive a truck over it. Your gutters are not the one thing that need to hold up to a truck driving over it. I mean, come on. The micro mesh is a medium kind of type. I wish I knew the different mesh sizes, a number, what sieve and stuff like that, but I don't. As you can see, there are differences in these micro meshes on the features to them, all this, that, the other thing. What we have seen and been consulted on is there are a few things that to look out for with a micro mesh. Making sure that it has some strength and stability, such as these 5-inch high flow XLs. Right here, this is a good medium, and this is actually a very good performing gutter guard. The mesh is not so fine that stuff doesn't go through it and it won't clog up. And it's not so heavy and bulky that there's over manufacturing to oversell you at a high price. This is a pretty good bang for the buck, given it's a little bit above your standard cost, but this is pretty good. One more thing I want to talk about here in regards to conflicting stuff with micro mesh gutter guards is these 2. So I have 2 gutter guards here. I'm trying to cover this because I don't want to blast the name of the people out there, but these 2 are probably manufactured by someone who's the same, or there's a patent thing that they're buying off or licensing, but they're pretty much exactly the same besides this. This one is relatively not pretty costly. It's pretty upgraded cost. Where you can get this one is at Costco. And they perform exactly the same. They have this nice 3M tape on here, even for sticking on. We're actually installing this on one of our customers' house that they're buying for themselves. There's some considerations there in the micro mesh to make sure that some of these features actually make sense for you and that they actually function how they should. And you're not being oversold on stuff that's just a bunch of baloney. So let's talk about full-on covers, right? For the most part, gutter covers you can get in matching colors to your gutters. They have a system in regards to that the water comes down and folds in. We have a couple different types here. We have this type is a single piece that is part of the gutters. And we have another one here. This comes in 4-foot sections. And that's a big thing I want to talk about on these, right? So there's a lot of big name patented gutters that are out there that have brand names that we all recognize, and they're patented. Well, what that means is this single piece system that they sell, if you get one dent on here, how do you think you're gonna replace this gutter cover? Well, you're gonna have to pay to replace the whole line of gutters and covers. So think about how much you paid for that the first time and how much it's gonna cost you to replace it if you have damage. Another thing that I wanna talk about with these is these are metal, they absorb heat, they actually keep very dry on the underside here, and they're a haven for bees. I'm not against these systems, but I'm against the cornering of the market that's done by proprietary use of these when they all pretty much perform to the same level. So if you're gonna get a gutter cover, I would go with something that comes in 4-foot sections. So if one piece gets damaged, you can swap it out and it's not part of your gutter system. Because if sticks fall and dent it or this, that, the other thing, you want to be able to repair it and not spend an arm and a leg like you did on your initial investment. In summary, my thoughts on gutter covers personally, it depends on your budget, right? And it depends on your aesthetics. But my bang for the buck choice is the Bulldog system. That being said, it's an economy, functional one. If you want to go up and above beyond that, you sure can. But my bang for the buck would be something like that. Thanks for watching today. I hope you got some education out of this video on how to choose the gutter covers that are right for your home and your budget, and how to navigate the choosing of these when you're being sold stuff that might have a little bit of extra fluff on it. Josh here with Northface Construction. Feel free to reach out to us with any further questions.